What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an EP review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new EP from the band Morbosidad, entitled Tortura. This is released on Nuclear War Now Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Houston, Texas, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very primitive, blasphemous, and overall chaotic hybrid of both black metal and death metal. Yeah, there are lots of crazy, unique, and just straight out destructive bands within the black and death metal underground, and even within war metal. And one band that could come to mind for me would be Morbosidad. Their lyrics, the Spanish lyrics, the visual aspects, the hand-drawn paintings and drawings that are used for all of their releases, their riff work, the song structuring, the just overall evil mentality that this band brings are some of the many things that stand out to me about Morbosidad. And over the last 2+ decades, this has been a band that has been putting in a lot of hard work. 4 full-length albums, a multitude of split and EP releases, cassette, vinyl, picture disc, CD releases, tapes. Yeah, you name it, this band has had a really awesome body of work to them. Great full-length material, their self-titled debut, Cogete a Dios por el culo, Profano del Cruz del Nazarena, and their 2013 previous release, Muerte de Cristo en Golgota. Just really evil, fast-paced, and primitive music. But ever since that album's release, this band has undergone yet another lineup change of some sorts. And I would say that this lineup is probably one of the best lineups I've ever seen Morbosidad have. Pretty much it is in the continuation of the last record that they put out. It's an all-Texas sort of affair. You have Joe and Matt from Blaspherian on bass and drum work respectively, and you also have Dave from PLF and Oath of Cruelty. I should also mention that Matt, who plays drums for Morbosidad, also does drum work for Oath of Cruelty as well. So it's pretty cool that these guys could get involved in such a very crazy and unique sort of black death metal band. They can pull it off live, but I was curious to know how it would sound on record. And here we are with this brand new EP offering of sorts entitled Tortura. It's only 4 tracks and it clocks in at around 14 minutes in length, and honestly, I think this is one of the very best things that Morbosidad has ever done in their entire career. One thing that stands out to me the most about this release is the fact that this sounds so much more like a straight-up old-school death metal record. I mean, it's still in the fast-paced, primitive sort of Morbosidad style that you would best know the band for, but yet you can tell this is straight-up more rooted in death metal more than anything else. And I think this sound and presentation here is just so damn killer. I love it. I mean, from the minute you hear the opening track, Entre la muerte y desolación, I believe that translates to between death and desolation, I think that track is just so stunning. I love the renegade sort of style being brought forward on the guitar riffs. It is just so deadly sounding. Dave does some tremendous guitar work here. I love his speed, his riff work, his just overall delivery. It is just so devastating. I mean, then the next track after that, En las gallas del infierno, it is just so evil sounding, evil riff work going on here, pretty much playing into how the Morbosidad sound is. And then you get to a track like Batalla de Pecados, just so disgusting sounding. I love how Dave's guitar work is on here. The bass tone here is good too. I definitely can appreciate what's being done here with the bass guitar. Very good tone, not over loud. It definitely doesn't try to overlap with the riff work being done here. I definitely think the bass is very well handled here. Moving on to the drum work, Matt is a very seasoned veteran and he does a tremendous drum performance here. Yeah. Just incredible speed. I love his fills. I love his blast beats. I love the snare tone. I love just the overall syncopation of things. It is just so incredible. Going back to the closer of this EP, Batalla de Pecados, I just love the drum work on that track. It just feels so mid-paced and primitive and nasty sounding. I'm loving how he handles the drum work on that particular song, but overall the pace is very fresh and fast-paced. I love his delivery on the drum work here. And moving on to the vocals, Tomas's vocals are instantly recognizable right away. His roaring, his guttural delivery, it just sounds so scary and intimidating. And of course, as is per usual with any Morbosidad release, the lyrics here majorly are in Spanish, and it instills somewhat of a unique sort of fear within you whenever you're listening to a Morbosidad song, is just how he handles the lyrics, how he delivers everything. It just feels so evil and primal. I love that about Tomas's vocal performance here, and he definitely showcases that throughout this entire release. And once again, going back to the closing track of this EP, you have Chris Reeford of Autopsy doing some vocal guest work on here, and pretty much the only chance you'll get to hear English language lyrics on here is through Chris Reeford's vocal performance. And I think it's just as evil and as primitive as anything Tomas has to say on this record. Very powerful, very booming. I love his vocal guest work here. But more likely than anything, Tomas's vocals definitely steal the show here. I love his delivery. I love his voice. It is just so distinctly powerful. But overall, if you're a fan of Morbosidad, you're going to love Tortura. I definitely think this is one of the best things I've ever heard this band sound. This is definitely the next logical step for Morbosidad's legacy, and I would say Tortura definitely hits the nail right on the head. I think this is a great piece of old school destructive black and death metal. So I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this this release and listen to it. I will link you to the Nuclear War Now Bandcamp, where you can stream this EP in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, and it is also available physically in 12-inch vinyl. This is the only physical format that I'm aware of at the moment. You can purchase a standard black vinyl, or you can purchase the Die Hard version, which is on a very awesome clear vinyl, nicely done vinyl color here, and it comes with a woven patch, Morboso metal patch, and a sticker. And there's also a splatter vinyl version that you can only get directly through the band. So if you want splatter vinyl, get a hold of the band for more details. So let me show you the EP again. This is Tortura by Morbosidad. This is released on Nuclear War Now Productions. Check this out, and I'm going to give this a very strong 9 out of 10. Very solid Morbosidad release. This is what Morboso metal is all about. So support Morbosidad. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.